Good morning, everybody. We are back. It is the right side of campus, and we are live Monday, May 12th, 2018. I'm your host, the big man on campus here. New week, time for new explorations, new games, new series, all sorts of things. Get the West Conference Finals tonight, beginning as well. Donnie Rightside, how you doing?
Doing good, big man. Good to be back on a Monday. You had a nice little holiday weekend, so to speak, with Mother's Day. Had some good times yesterday. Picked up some coin yesterday, and looking forward to this week, man.
Yep. We'll get to it more. We got the like I said, West Conference Finals. We got some new baseball series, NHL, all sorts of different stuff. We'll get to that and more here today. We are sponsored by Intertops. Make sure you're checking out Intertops for all the great book uh, needs. They have a great interface, great customer service, good lines. Just really a sharp book and easy to use. If you're ever in the market for a new book, make sure you're checking out Inner Tops today. Welcome into everyone out there listening. Hope you enjoy the show. Hit the like button, retweet the show. If you're on Twitter, it's a great way to expand it. Donnie, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. Had a good time. Went out to the city a couple times. Had to go out Saturday night into the city, South Philadelphia, and then on Sunday, Jeff, into Center City. It's Mother's Day, so you got to pay some respect to the mothers out there. I have a stepmother and also a mother-in-law, and also, of course, a mother. So when you're just trying to spend it equally out there, Jeff, takes a little bit of time, but well worth it. The women in your life there, treat them right, and they will always have your back. So good times.
Amen. Good point. Let's get into our headlines this morning. Uh, Dwayne Casey gets canned. Surprised to no one. I'll be honest. I know people are like, well, he was coach of the
Boom.
year. How's
Hold on,
he get?
hold on, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff. Breaking. United States Supreme Court ruling that federal ban on state-sanctioned sports betting is unconstitutional. Decides in favor of New Jersey. Floodgates are now
Hey!
bang it, baby.
Hey!
Bang it. Hell
How about
yeah.
that? How about that, Vaughn?
Woo!
How about that?
Wow.
Looks like we're going to be guys some wages.
We did it, baby. We did it. Finally. Holy cow.
Eh, my man comes in and says,
Oh my
"Congrats on
goodness.
the
We
verdict."
gotta we like
I'm saying, what
we have to
verdict?
complete the show, Jeff, or we run up to Monmouth Park right now and start celebrating like we just won a Super Bowl or something.
Get a little bubbly out.
Oh boy,
Boom.
oh boy. Good call out there.
I,
Who is that kid? Good. Guan hits it off. Usually, Jeff, we've been waiting for months on this ruling, which never seems to come. So, of course, you see May 14th comes up on the ticker, right? And you look at it and you're like, I'm not even going to get excited yet. Guan drops the bomb on the news. Holy cow. Here we go, baby.
and I can see it now, Donnie. It's a summer evening in June. I'm down the shore. I'm going over to play poker. I see, you know what? I got my baseball card, and I'm going to start putting wagers in. How about that? How about that, Vegas? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. There ain't no Vegas anymore. It's New Jersey now. Woo!
Oh
Hoo-hoo.
man,
How
this
about
this
that?
is really good times. And again, yeah, just I know. Look, and the reason why we get excited, obviously, Jeff and I are gamblers. New Jersey fought that fight for years and years and years, and it's finally going to push that tidal wave across the United States to overturn it state by state. But New Jersey's going to get in first. The reason why we like it the message. Jeff's a shore guy. I'm a shore guy. Both of our families have shore properties down there, and you saw the plight of Atlantic City once other states around us started to get gambling. Forget about like the Mohegan Suns of the world and Foxwoods, Indian gaming, Pennsylvania got it, New York got it. So it's sort of encapsulated where it used to be, Jeff, just Atlantic City and Las Vegas. We were the East Coast gambling capital of the United States, and obviously you had Las Vegas. But now more jobs are going to come in. The casinos are going to fill back up. We already saw two more casinos open up before PASPA even went through regulation for us here. So happy for the people of New Jersey and Atlantic City and the shore areas. That town is going to absolutely explode again, and I'm excited for it, man.
I've said before and I'll say it again. Atlantic City is one of the most beautiful towns in the country. It's one of the great, classy places to be. Maybe people don't know it, maybe people don't see it, but there's a lot to love about Atlantic City. It's right by the water, just the ambiance of it. I just love it. It's old school. You could still go and get a nice, dinner, somewhere down in Atlantic City. It's still a nice place. I know it's got a bad rap. A lot of it's shuttered. It was shuttered, but there's still something beautiful about it. And it has one thing that Las Vegas does not, and that's a beach. the ocean. There's multiple things that they don't have. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad it's going to be revived again. I'm glad it's going to be back on the map. And we're getting to the point, Donnie, where it's going to be a big time destination. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited about it um, once again. So we'll see what all happens from here. But this is the big step towards obviously, wagering. Should start any minute, right?
It's,
What a
it's going to
start to.
be almost like literally turned on up in mom that's been waiting to go. I'm sure there's going to be legislation on how you can gamble and can't gamble, but that's on the back burner right now. That should get flipped over relatively quickly. It's just a matter of how quick these brick and mortar operations get set up, because there's going to be federal regulations where they're going to have some fake SEC commission come in, and new people are going to have to hire so-called people overlooking the industry. But it's all coming. I would imagine at this point, Jeff, outside of Monmouth Park with that Will Hill Sportsbook that was ready to be turned on immediately, I would probably say by football season, Jeff, everything should be rocking and rolling, ready to go by September 1st. I can't see it any other way at this point.
I've often said, Donnie, when legalization happened, I'd move to Atlantic City. So looks like we'll have to start taking a look. Yeah, and again, Donnie never interrupts the intro that I'm doing.
No, I do
So
not.
obviously, I was gonna say I'm hoping that was good information. I was waiting. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, this better be good, and it was. Great call, Donnie.
And Jersey
But
and the East Coast. How about New Jersey leading that fight for all 50 states out there outside of Nevada? Remember back in the day, Jeff? I mean, you're not a New Jersey resident, but obviously you do have a residency in New Jersey. But when we
yes,
started this fight back in, I believe, like 2010 or 2011, it was a simple vote on the application when you went in the vote. You have like secondary options, like you want to vote for governor, legislature, whatever it is. But they usually have a couple questions at the bottom. Would you support legal gambling in New Jersey? New Jersey vote, I think like 66 or 67% said yes. And the whole legislation started from there. You could call Chris Christie whatever you want in New Jersey. If he's a blowhard, if he's a Cowboys fan, if he is a fake, he fought the good fight early on for us gamblers in New Jersey and rolled it over, Jeff. And they lost countless times in circuit court. And all they did, Ray Lesniak, one of the Democratic senators in New Jersey, fought left and right every time they got turned down, Jeff. They fought that fight, got together a good legal team, went and appealed to the Supreme Court of the United States, who decided to pick up the case. Shout out to New Jersey for not giving up. And I like to say a big fuck you, Bill Bradley, and your PASPA out the fucking window, baby.
yeah. And listen, shout out to Ray Lesniak, who was.
Yep.
I remember him from the beginning with all this. He was the one that pretty much introduced it, I felt like. And listen, you could say what
Mm-hmm.
you want about Chris Christie. Many know I'm not a Republican, but if you're a sports fan, Chris Christie's been really in the corner the whole way as far as this is concerned. So shout out to them for doing this. I'm excited to see how it all plays out. Donnie, we mentioned Dwayne Casey gets canned. Listen, Dwayne Casey didn't win in 7 years in Toronto. It's just the truth of the matter. And we could say they're one player away or they're a player two away. They needed to change the scenery there. He does win Coach of the Year, Donnie. But again, it was about the playoffs, and Dwayne Casey couldn't win in the playoffs.
No, and that's what it all comes down to. I mean, coach of the year, rookie of the year, MVP, it's all subjective. In most part, Jeff, outside, MVP usually is not a popularity race. The MVP who usually deserves it usually gets. I mean, some questionable ones where, Steve Nash got it over Shaq. I mean, we all know deep down inside who the MVP that year was, but sometimes it does. But you're right, Dwayne Casey, this was your year, Jeff. And I'm talking about not even winning the NBA title, right? I'm talking like making a run into the Eastern Conference Finals, winning the East. There would have been no shame, and Dwayne Casey probably, Jeff, would have signed a 5-year extension if they had won the East, went to the finals. And even if they got swept 4-0 by Golden State or Houston, you could say, you know what, Dwayne, damn good job. We finally got to the mountaintop. Yes, we didn't win it. We weren't the better team, but you did your job and won the East. Everything was set up this year, Jeff, for the Toronto Raptors to win the East. If you can't get it done now, you might as well move on, right? Well, hey, let's keep the team the same and the coach the same. Is any of the things next year going to change with the Toronto Raptors? No. I applaud the move to be proactive in there. He's a good coach. He'll land on his feet. He'll be fine.
Yeah. A couple comments here. Mikey D, fuck Vegas and their unending noose gun aimed at the other 49 states. Amen. I mean, they're all this high and mighty. We're Vegas. We get to bet on sports. Not anymore, motherfuckers. It's coming to the boardwalk, coming to the beach. How about that?
Yeah, it's
This thing we
it's one
do.
of the biggest shows we had. To remember, Jeff, before you get back to
Yeah.
that, remember back when it was starting the legislation, Vegas all high and mighty in Nevada, knowing they had a
Yes.
stranglehold on gambling and was a major feature on why people like to fly out there for Super Bowl parties and all that. Do you remember their comment saying, I don't think it should go to the other states because we do it correctly here in Nevada. Take that shit and stuff it, man. Boy, what a big day here. What a big day here.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, as they say. Is Vegas crying yet? I don't know, but they're about to be. Yeah, it's great. It's a great day for us here in the area. I mean, um, we've waited for this for a long time, Donnie. A long crusade of waiting, and this is going to be great. I mean, Donnie living in New Jersey, I have a residency in New Jersey. We can honestly, if we're in the state, bet it from anywhere. We don't have to be at the book. It's gonna be very cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. Um, Brown says the Sixers need help to win, Donnie. Brett Brown. And listen, I mean, he's not saying anything that none of us know or don't know. They do need help, and they have to go out and make a move to win. They claim that they're going to do whatever they can to go out and get a big time free agent. Listen, the time is now. You have to go make this happen ASAP. We've been hearing Kawhi Leonard. We've heard LeBron James. Listen, they're going to go after LeBron James. Here's the problem, Donnie, that I think the Sixers are going to have with LeBron James. I think it's a perfect fit. The only concern I have is Houston. You look at Houston. I don't think he goes to the West Coast. I think he wants to stay in the Eastern Conference. But let me ask you this, Donnie. If you were LeBron James, who would you rather play for and who would you rather deal with as an organization? Um, Brian Colangelo and Josh Harris or Daryl Morey and Tillman Fertitta?
Yeah,
Because I know
you know
why.
what's interesting about this too? Yeah, no, I understand what you're doing, but if you're looking at it like this, which is kind of interesting because in the last series, even in the Indiana series, if you are a Sixer fan and you're or any fan of a team that you think you can get LeBron James, you're rooting for doomsday scenario, not LeBron James getting injured and hurt. The doomsday scenario is if LeBron wins the East again, Jeff, and gets to the finals. When you're a billionaire owner, which I say I completely throw this notion out, but there might be a 5% chance that he says, you know what, I make so much goddamn money, I'll just write off the $300 million payroll against some losses out there as a tax deduction. LeBron, stick around, why not? Let's just see this thing out. But the doomsday scenario is them get bounced like 4-0 and getting swept by the Celtics, or games in 5, where LeBron goes, I know I can't win here now, as opposed to, boy, I carried it last year. Maybe we can finagle a little bit and add a piece, and my owner doesn't care about payroll. I'll stay here in Cleveland. So if you're another team out there, Houston Rockets, you're right. I would love to play for the Houston Rockets down there because you have a set, made, and ready championship team. But again, you're going to be busting your head up against the Warriors there just to make the finals. But getting back to the Sixers in that spot, I think he fits in perfectly there. But if you're a fan and you're trying to get LeBron for your team, hope for a loss here to the Celtics, Jeff.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're totally right. Where's Monmouth? Monmouth County, Monmouth Racetrack, up Long Branch, up in the
Northeast part of the
central
state. Yeah.
northeast. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Up, and again, it's not just Monmouth, R.S. Jenkins. It's other,
Jeff, you ready for
all the,
this? Here's the
yeah.
latest. Here's the latest on it. Darren Ravel, Supreme Court rules Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act of 1992 is unconstitutional. States can now decide to participate in sports gambling at their discretion. New Jersey should be up and running in 2 weeks.
How do you like that, baby?
Get
That's
ready
what's
for
up.
a special right side of campus, even if we have to just bring out our phones, as the Borgata is going to be building feverishly, Jeff, in their scenario areas back there over by the probably the poker room or the race book back there to get ready. We'll take some ceremonial pictures. Jeff, you put your first dollar on the wall if you own a business. You know what I mean? Maybe I
Yeah,
just got to get a ceremonial $1 bet on like the Phillies and just put it like back on my back wall there, which is like, you know what?
oh
It's
yeah,
here,
you
it's
gotta do
legal,
that.
and we're ready to go, man.
Sure, sure, sure. No, you're totally right. Yeah, it's exciting. Very exciting day. Um, so yeah, Donnie, someone asked about Paul George. I missed the comment. Yeah, look, Paul George would be great. Wing player. I don't think he'll take away from Ben Simmons. Listen, Donnie, I asked Twitter last night and 58% responded yes. I think there are about 400 votes. Right now, Donnie, if Kawhi Leonard was healthy, would you trade Ben Simmons straight up for Kawhi Leonard
No.
right now?
No,
Okay,
no, the
why?
no. The one if you
But
look at the Sixers, I agree with you there. Like this, the two untouchables are Simmons and Embiid because that's where you're going to build your, core around there. I would not do it, but everybody else, Jeff, will be on the table. You heard the usual suspects. I like Dario Saric. He's a great player. He's a young kid. He's only going to get better. But in the NBA windows that you have, Jeff, you can't just wait around. If they told you again, let's just say the 10th pick is Mikal Bridges. and you have Dario Saric, and you have to give up on Fultz at this point because right now I'm not high on Fultz whatsoever, and I think he's just a throw-in. But if that were to be the trade, because he's exactly what you need, Jeff. You know, you're not going out there saying, "Well, I wonder if we do this," and you get like DeMarcus Cousins. You know what I mean? Great talent, but I wonder how he fits with Embiid out there. You know, on the floor. If you get Kawhi Leonard, it's an instant fit on your team.
Yeah, no, I listen. I love Simmons. He's a good kid, nice guy, great player. I would do it if I'm going to get Kawhi Leonard, who look when healthy is the best defender in the league. When healthy is one of the best players in the league. You put him with Joel Embiid at that 3 or 4. You try and go out and get LeBron. Listen, it's very dependent on if you get LeBron James, but yeah, listen, I would have to definitely consider it. Um, you know, Kawhi's a great player when healthy. Um, Mohamed Salah does it, Donnie. How about this? Mohamed Salah, who really has come out of totally unknown areas, wins the Golden Boot. The Golden Boot is the most goals scored in the Premier League. Mohamed Salah, one of the great players in the world right now. Like I said, coming from unknown, really. He'll lead Egypt in the World Cup this summer, but a great guy, a guy that really still embodies what sports are. This isn't a guy that will throw it in your face when he scores a goal. He won't show you up. He's just a regular human being who is loves the world of soccer and he's good at it. Mohamed Salah, Donnie, wins the Premier League Golden Boot. Liverpool Champions League. They'll be in the finals coming up in a week or so. Donnie, you're not a big soccer guy, but you know the word. You know the name Mohamed Salah
No,
now, right?
I did. Yeah, you know what's funny about that? It wasn't even like I put that in here because I know you would be, soccer
Yeah,
and you would be interested
yeah,
in this, and there's people out there that are interested in soccer. But the one thing I do get a laugh out of Jeff is I don't even know when the EPL technically plays. 'Cause I know it's Sunday morning a lot of times, but they might throw a midday week or whatever it would be. But I
yeah.
knew every time his team played, Jeff, because the same meme would. It was almost like you have to check your timeline and be like, somebody retweeted this from last week, last month, or last Sunday, or something like that. Every single time his team played, that little cartoon meme came up where he scored a goal. Is it me, or is just like you can't stop him, or he's like Barry Bonds back in the day where he got one pitch and just smoked it into the back of the net? Because again, I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, but I do know him now just because of the meme.
No, he's I mean he's a wonder kid, man. I mean he's done I mean Liverpool's been a great attacking team all season, but he's really spearheaded it. He's been unbelievable. And watching him is it's special, man. He's like watching it's like when you watch Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi or one of those guys, it's a must see. And that's what makes him so electric. He's not it's just a perfect fit for Liverpool and it works out. And as he would appreciate, Alhamdulillah, Mohamed Salah, great job. We bow to him today, and great job. I don't know how to say great job in Arabic, but if I could, I would. Donnie, fantastic job from Mohamed Salah. And shout out to you for putting that in there. How about that? Donnie threw that in
Yep.
there. Very,
And that
very
wasn't
good.
something from Jeff there. I saw I had to go went down the headlines. I said Jeff will be impressed if I put Salah in
Well,
here because all I
well,
see is Jeff say, what's it? Moshala Shalah? What's the thing that you always tweet out when he scores?
mashallah. It means like
There we
long-term success.
uh,
Mashallah, Mohamed Salah. Yes. No, but listen, and Donnie, I will say this one more time. When he played Rome a week or two ago, um, he did not. When he would score a goal, most would celebrate. Right? He did not. He did not celebrate. He's very
yeah.
old school. Doesn't show anyone up. Doesn't do that sort of thing. He's a good guy to root for. Very, very good guy. Regular dude. He'll go in to eat fish and chips with you if you're there. Doesn't think he's better than you or anything. Good guy. Also, Donnie, and I have a feeling you put this in so you could bring up what you're about to bring up because, again, we're still talking about Tiger Woods. Go
We'd
ahead
have
and
to have
talk
a
about
trade off.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, no, hold on. Let me
Yeah,
give like all
that's how
right
you can
here
do
now.
it.
Look, it's one of those things that happens in life where you uncover like your long lost aunt who you never knew maybe dropped you like say she passed away. Oh, it's a shame. And then there's a check for like 25 grand, even though you didn't even know her, and she's going to help pay for your child's education. Or one day you wake up and your back hurts and it doesn't hurt anymore. Or you get in the gym and it feels great. Or hell, even the Eagles win a Super Bowl. This is one of those days where PASPA finally gets overturned, Jeff. I think I might have to change my tune here on Tiger Woods because I'm feeling like a man changed. Maybe with the candles, I can light a few back there. Maybe I'll break bread now with Tiger Woods because, Jeff, you
Uh,
can't harbor all this
now that
angst
he's
versus all the time.
Now
Now
that
that we
he's in
have gambling
six.
in New Jersey, yes, maybe that was a bread offering of peace from the gambling gods up there that says, Donnie, unleash it. Just like what little the base god out there. Maybe if I just give him my blessing now, Tiger Woods will win. I think we might have to break some bread here, Jeff. It's good. There's a lot
I
of
think
good
what you
feelings around here today.
I think what you should do is take $5, go to Borgata when it gets gambling, and bet it on Tiger Woods to win whatever majors
And,
coming up
it's
next.
yeah, I'll bet yeah, whatever it is. I'll bet the U.S. Open. I'll put $20 down or whatever because his odds should be 30,000 or higher, which I do kid on that, but
Right.
I will have to do that. I think it's time to make an offering, Jeff. Let bygones be bygones out there. I've banged
Well,
heads with people on Twitter before. I've had arguments. This is one of those days, Jeff. You know how like the Godfather, like on his daughter's wedding day, you get
yes,
the lineup
yes,
out there and you just accept requests out there, even though you
yeah.
might not want to go that way. Might be one of those days, Jeff.
Well, let me take this opportunity to do it as well. And I was going to do this at the end of the show, but I'm going to do it now because in the giving spirit, it's time to give back and
Yes.
to bury the hatchet. Over the course of the last year or two, I've developed some riffs with certain people, guys like Rich Banks, guys like Alex V. Vishnevsky, I think his name is. All those guys, pretty much Rich Banks. Rich Banks and I have not gotten along over the course of certain points. And listen, I want to make this clear. I apologize to Rich Banks for that. I said things out of anger, out of annoyance, out of disappointment certain times. And I may have said things that weren't true or affected his reputation. And if I did, my apologies to him. I am in this business for one reason, and that's to because I have a passion and I love it. There are things sometimes that I say that um, me just kind of defending myself or kind of trying to, you know, bother people. Um, in no way do I have ill will against Rich Banks or anyone else. I'm just here to have fun, bet on sports, and sometimes I know it gets a little testy. I can be abrasive, but that's just who I am. And there are times where I'm difficult to deal with. But to him, I apologize. There are several different guys that I've had issues with. There are certain guys that I don't think it'll ever be repaired, but Rich is a guy that we've talked before. We've had conversations before. I don't have any ill will against him. From what I've seen, he's a good poster. People enjoy being around him. I don't know him that well. Maybe I will at some point. Seems like he's doing some good things. So I offer my apologies to him if I affected him or offended him in any way. So there you go, Donnie. The giving spirit is there. How about that? And
Yep,
listen,
we're
I was going
letting
to do
yep,
this
yep.
anyway. This just happened to be a good time. I would do it later in the day, but um, today felt like a good day. So we're wrapping that up. We're wrapping any issue up. So shout out to him. Shout out to any of those guys. I wish you the best. Let's move on, Donnie. We get into
Wait,
NBA.
before we move on,
Yes, yeah.
Jeff, I usually save these three candles here because you're giving a sermon and sometimes you have to go to confession. It's one of those days, Jeff, where we just open it up. And anybody out there on the chat box, if you're out there and you have a problem, like you're leaning on something right now, you haven't called your mom yesterday because you're mad, open up on that one. Maybe you put in a couple bad bets. Maybe you slandered somebody on Twitter through one of your 19 burner accounts out there. It's okay. It's a day of giving now. The gambling gods have shown the light down on many of us who live outside the state of Nevada. It's a very good, and Jeff, this is the big news here. I only light these candles when I need like a run in the bottom of the seventh, eighth, or ninth inning. But with you being the big man on campus today, offering up, a great gesture here to the people, I thought it was appropriate that I should light these candles and sort
How
of
about
have
that?
like, if anybody's out there in the chat box, this is for you tonight. This is your gambling good luck because we all need it there. May you need a run in any inning out there or a shutout or a strike three that's going to
But
put you over the top. I'm here for you tonight.
but I want to make this clear. On another note, if you come in this chat and say something stupid, I'm calling you out for it. And I'm not. That has nothing to do with what I just said. We have to remember in this business, quarrels, arguments, good arguments are fun. It makes it fun. We can't just agree with everybody. It's got to be fun. We got to have fun with this. I do this because every day people come back and watch. People like the excitement. People like Donnie when you and I go at it. But at the end of the day, Donnie, when we get off the show, it's like it didn't happen. It's part of the business. We got to have fun here. That's what it's for. We're here to break bread, break balls, and have fun. And I admit, sometimes I can't handle it, and I probably should get out of the kitchen. But sometimes, we got to have fun, and I got to be a little less, taking everything seriously sometimes. Um, you know, but remember that. And Donnie, I love the gesture. You have the
Yep.
candles. Listen, you got bad beat it yesterday. Throw that out the window. Doesn't matter anymore. It's time
Doesn't
time for
matter.
today. Time for the
Yep.
future. Don't worry about yesterday. I hear people, big man, you haven't been good in soccer. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be good today. All right. The last 2 weeks I haven't been good. What are you gonna do? But I'm gonna be good this week. I'm gonna be good in, all that kind of stuff. It's time to move on, baby. That's what we do
It's
here.
time to move on.
Let's.
Hey, look, me and Jeff might go to bed tonight, wake up tomorrow, and just go on and start flaming people again. But today feels good, Jeff. Feels real good. I'm ready to turn. It's like when you start that new diet, or you give up smoking, or you know what? I'm
Yeah,
not going to have any Ciroc vodka this weekend, and it feels good on a Saturday night. And then you get angry and lose a bad week. You get back on the vodka. But let's carry this forward, Jeff. We need like a hashtag out there right now for us. You know what I mean? Hashtag repent. You know what I mean? Because the gambling
yeah,
gods have shown
yeah,
us the way.
yeah. Yes, you're totally right. And also, let this be a lesson to all of you. Um, if you want to be a man, which Rich is a man. Like many of you on here are men. We're all men. They're still very much little boys in this world. Man the fuck up. That's all I'm going to say. Uh, People have manned up today, and I'm proud of you for it. I'm proud of Rich Banks. I'm proud of me for reaching up and being a man.
It went on too long. Just went on too long, Jeff. I said, you know what? Me and Jeff talked last week. I said, let me see if I can try to intermediate a little bit. But you can't be the guy in the middle there. The two that are squaring up or having the beef. You can squash it as long as you're a dialogue out there in the gambling community. The same
And
way
I'll
we
make
come
this
on,
clear.
Jeff, and we give information to make your bet better. As
Yeah.
long as there's two sides willing to talk, we can work it out, baby.
And I will make this clear. At Rich Banks, if you're interested, I think it'd be fun. I'd gladly have a charity boxing match just for fun, for charity, with anybody. Just have fun. We'll donate it to whatever charity we want. I think that'd be fun at IFBC. That would be cool. I don't know if liability they can do it, but it'd be a good little, nighttime thing. Um, I probably won't win. I'll try. But there we go. I'm glad we could hash it out. I'm glad today was a great day to do it. Let's move on, Donnie.
Yes.
Celtics. This team wasn't
Hmm.
able to. The Cavs weren't able to work it out yesterday. What an ugly game. Um, the Cavs get blasted at home or on the road. I'm sorry. And listen, it wasn't really. This was a game really from the beginning. I mean, it was a 21-9 game to start. It never really. It was a blowout from the jump, Donnie, as you said. Um, Listen, for all the people, the series is over. We shut LeBron down. Da 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 da. Da. Get out of here with that. Stop. It's one game. LeBron didn't play well. Let this be a lesson, though. Marcus Morris played very well yesterday. The rest of the supporting cast for the Cavs was not good. It's concerning to wonder. Look, we all know Kevin Love. We know Jerry Smith. We know Kyle Korver. Are they ever going to have a great game again? They had some good games in that series against Toronto, but this is a whole different series. It's going to come down to the wire. Um, Cavs have a lot of changes they need to make, and if Marcus Morris keeps playing like this ain't going to be a long series, Donnie.
No, you're exactly right on it. And you know what the interesting thing is, Jeff? Like Vegas has their algorithms, and they're usually right more than they're wrong in this. I can't think of a time where you just keep on watching these Celtics games, Jeff, where they keep pumping out lines that are way off on the Celtics, especially on their home court, not getting any respect at all. When it seems like all they do is win at home. And if I can correct me if I'm right, let me just see if the next game coming up, Jeff, again, like, look, here we go again. Like Boston opens up at about a pick 'em there at Chris. Intertop showing a -1 in the favor of the Celtics there. Still no respect on it. And correct me off, Jeff, if I'm wrong for the second time. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are still favored to win this series over the Celtics. It's got a lot of feel to that 76ers series where Boston ends up wrapping up the game in 5. It's just, I guess they just don't have a feel, or something's not right here. Is it the whole Brad Stevens effect, or Tatum is like turning into an MVP overnight? Because it seems like their numbers are off nightly on the Celtics, Jeff.
Well, again, I think yesterday you have to look at the fact that listen, the Cavs shot 36%. I mean, they just they couldn't water in a boat really.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
shot makers league, man. Yep.
and I heard all the people come out of the woodwork and say Michael Jordan never lost by 30 points. Yeah, look, dude, we get it. We know he didn't lose by 30. But Donnie, we have to stop comparing LeBron and Michael Jordan. It's a different league. I don't. Let me ask you: if Michael Jordan played in today's NBA, do you think he would do as good?
I mean, it's hard to compare because Jordan could shoot, you know what I mean? And Jordan could play defense. He was a great athlete and an incredibly clutch guy. I mean, the way the game has evolved, would Jordan have been more of just like a straight 3-point shooter as opposed to getting the? It's kind of weird to compare the ages, but he's transcendent, so he would be good in any era to me, Jeff.
Mark Lewis. Shut up. Shut that emotional shit up. This is a sports show. Liquor money. Hey, Mark Lewis, shut the hell up. All right? Get the hell out of here if you don't like it. We're having good vibes today. If you don't like it, do yourself a favor and get the hell out of here. I don't have time for that today. We're having a good dialogue here. We're burying the hatchet. We're enjoying our legalization. Go do yourself a favor. Um, you know, do coke off some NBA player. You go away. Leave us alone. You're obviously an irritating guy today. Mark, we don't have time for that stuff today, Mark. Donnie, you would agree. No time for
Jeff,
that
you
negative.
did so well for the past 5 minutes now, and then you let a guy get right under your skin
Oh,
again. Come on,
I'm
Jeff,
not
turn the
letting him get
leaf.
it.
You got to turn the
I'm
leaf.
not.
It's
I'm not
10:32
letting
Eastern
him.
time now. We're gonna start this thing
I'm
all
not
over
letting
again
him.
for you.
I'm not letting him get under my skin. I'm protecting the other chatters in our box that are trying to enjoy the show. And Mark has been an irritating guy, not only on this show but on other shows. I've seen him, and his constant dumb banter is irritating. The whole get we get it, Mark. You're uh you're a weed smoker and likes liquor. We get it. But it's
Yeah, no,
time
see,
like
see,
for
that's,
you cats to make good
it's
of it.
probably the party wasn't popping because I'm guessing that it's J.R. Smith that he's like riding with, that's his boy right now.
Yeah.
So times aren't good right now for the Cavs. So I understand why he comes in here a little bit heated today.
Yeah, and Aegon, keep in mind, I'm not off on anything. I was just asking Donnie. I said that I thought that I thought the NBA was better back then too. I'm not knocking Michael on that. Every team was good back then. I'm not knocking it. Romeo Love podcast, South Philly in here. How about that?
Hmm.
We're in South Philly, Romeo Love. What block do you live on? That's how we'll really know. I guess you could Google that. Jordan would wipe the floor with this NBA, says Michael Kelly. How about
Hmm.
that? A lot of pro Michael people in here. Gambling is legal. Yes, Pittsburgh. We know. We're excited. Uh, Also, Donnie, the Cleveland Caps, the Washington Caps. How about this? They win again and go up 2-0. How about that? You got to think this
A
series
lot
is
of
close
Jeff, a
to
lot of
being
people
over.
out there probably had $20 or $30 parlays out there. I'm sure included the Lightning at one point
Oh
or
yeah.
another. At that point, I believe laying minus 190 at game time. I was told and had people contact me. You just get Jeff because you get visibility out there. We're with Sportsbook Review. We like gambling. I like all gambling. You know what I mean. So a lot of people just reach out to me unsolicited, like, "Hey man, got a nice tip tonight. I'm going to be looking at the Lightning," and I'm always commenting this. I mean, hey, you don't have to tell me minus 190. They should get the win done. So good luck with that. But, laying 190, woo, it's like a dog chasing cars, Jeff. Ain't going to last long in this gambling business laying 190s.
Is there a chance that states only allow certain sports or leagues? Listen, in Luke, in New Jersey, we won't be allowed to bet on Rutgers. Won't be allowed to bet on Rutgers. That's about it.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting
Fairleigh
with that, Jeff? That's a
Dickinson.
good point he brings up. If you saw the West Virginia put legislation in ahead of the ruling that actually is going to cut in Marshall and West Virginia with like a small piece of the pie, like a half of a percent or whatever it is. So I'm going to be assuming if they're going to get a piece of the pie, you're probably going to be allowed to gamble on those teams.
No, I agree with you. But no, I don't believe college will ever, as far as New Jersey colleges, I don't believe
Yeah, which
that
is
will
which
be.
is fine because I can count maybe on my finger, Jeff, or my hand how many times I bet on Rutgers. So if you're telling me the only downside to this is I can't bet Rutgers basketball or football, I'm all right with that.
Yes. Yes, I'm okay with that. Romeo Love is checking in. He's at 20th and Watkins between Morris and Moore. Very good.
Okay,
You were
there you
right on
go.
the money with your location. He's right around the corner from Beanie Siegel and O'Malley. Okay, well, listen, O'Malley's a
Okay.
good guy. Glad to see you're from the area. Happy to have you here, Romeo Love. Maybe we can meet up and chill sometime. You and Donnie and I will go see a game. Good to see you, Romeo. The NBA was far better back then because there's more of a team game all around. Yeah, no, it's a good point. And every team was good. Every team had a star. Yes, Donnie, no Fairleigh Dickinson either. Good point. No NJIT either. Um,
You're gonna be
so
upset
damn,
with
that
that,
sucks.
Jeff. Yeah.
Yes, that is going to suck. Because I do love the Atlantic Sun,
Yep.
and I like those different leagues. So yes, that
The
sucks.
NEC,
Uh,
right? NEC, FDU, and the NEC, Jeff. Is that it?
yes, FU's in the NEC.
Yeah.
Yes, with LIU Brooklyn and Wagner and
Yep.
those teams. St. Francis. Yeah. Let's Donnie move on to MLB. But fun weekend in MLB. Lot went on. And we welcome any new people that have just joined the show. Welcome in. Hope you like everything we're doing here. You missed the big news. New Jersey has gotten the cap of legalized gambling. In 2 weeks, we'll be able to wager on sports. And it's a glorious day for everyone in this great state because there's a lot of struggling towns, i.e., Atlantic City. And it's been a ghost town for many years, but the lights are about to come on, Donnie,
Hard
as they
Rock
say.
opens up, Jeff. The Ocean Resort's going to open back up. It's just going to be a flood. And I keep telling everybody because the whole thing that people don't understand, if you don't understand gambling, right? It's the reason why Vegas works a lot because when you go for an event, you're going to bring yourself, you're going to bring your buddies, you're going to bring your wife, they're going to bring their wives. It's not the guy walking into the casino on Super Bowl weekend betting $150 that supports the entire town. It's the guy bringing his wife and 8 of his friends to stay in hotels, to go out to the restaurants, to spend money on cabs. The entire environment improves. It's not the guy walking in saying, I'm going to bet $500 and, oh my God, Las Vegas and Atlantic City is turned on. It's the environment that brings it out, which, Jeff, we talked about it. March Madness in Atlantic City, Super Bowl in Atlantic City. You're not going to be able to get a room within 10 miles of Atlantic City or a reservation. That's wonderful for everybody. Jobs, creation, creates taxes, gets in the government, the schools get better. Everybody wins until 5 years later when the corrupt politicians steal all the money again.
Yes. There's gonna be some new characters coming into this state, man. It's gonna be kind of shitty, but let's hope we can keep it. Let's let's hope we can keep it. But again, I mean, that's what people do. People go to New Jersey. I mean, a lot of people from other states. But listen, if you live in Vegas, just do your thing out in Vegas. We got stuff handled here. Guys, certain guys. Stay away. What else do we have here? Oh, Orioles, Donnie, 17
Yeah.
to 1 yesterday over the Rays. Finally break it out. Unfortunately, they did it all in one. Unfortunately, they did it all in one game, though. It would have been nice if they could have spaced it out over a couple games.
That was really impressive. I mean, you did it off of Blake Snell too, because Jeff, I'm a big, stack guy and see what they're doing splits home in the road. And I talked to a couple people there yesterday. I didn't have a wager myself because I didn't love anything on the board, but people were asking my opinion. I'm saying, look, man, Blake Snell's been a good pitcher this year. Why not? He should be able to rake. It's Camden Yards. And seeing that, and I get a couple funny tweets back said, I bet Blake Snell today. I hate baseball. That's baseball season right there, man. Because again, if the numbers always held up, Jeff, there would be no overturning past in New Jersey because no casino would fight for it because everybody would win. That's the way it is, man.
Yes. Rich Banks. I'd rather be there on the beach. Yes, that's the point I'm making here. Th- we have a beach, Donnie. I mean, again, it hasn't been a very nice beach for a while, but how cool is it going to be to say, "Hey, honey, take the kids. Don't just walk around the casino. Go to the beach. Go to the amusement parks. Go to Steel Pier. Go to all those arcades on the boardwalk." I'm telling you, bro, this shit's going to be like the fucking spot. Boston, New York, Baltimore, Philly, everywhere. It's all going to come here. Atlantic City, baby. City by the shore. The city called Atlantic. That's what it's going to be. Atlantic City.
America's
It's
playground,
back.
Jeff. Strike it up again. America's
Yes.
playground.
Yes.
Yes, strike it up.
Strike it up. Mark Lewis chiming in. Big man, you suck
I
with
agree.
picking plays. You on you best when you mad. Gambling is legal, but BMOC, you sucks. Donnie, you're the best. Soon or
Hey, I
later.
love that guy. A lot. There you go. He's welcome to the show anytime with that opinion.
I didn't say he wasn't either. I was just saying cut it out with some of your comments. You were knocking our show today, and I wasn't happy with that.
Ooh. See, he's
Bill
breaking bread
Brown.
again now. He's getting around.
We were squashing it, Lewis. I thought this was a sports betting show, says Dewey G. Well, you thought wrong. We have fun on this show. Uh, Dewey coming in. How do you,
Guan,
what is
yeah, right now, screenshot by Guan's shirt would do that comment well right now, right?
what is it? I got to tell you. I mean, we come in. We try to have fun, break bread. I mean, yet someone has an issue with it. Oh, this is a sports show. Oh, this I thought this is a sports show. We have fun on this show, dude. You don't like it? Come on, man.
Jeff, you
Have
know we got to
fun.
take we got to take odds on too coming up soon. I mean, you see the shirts. Follow us to the IFBC, right? When is the IFBC going to come to the Borgata? I mean, it's all coming,
Exactly.
right? Yes.
Got it going. Listen, no, you cannot stay at my house or Donnie's. You
Yes,
have to get
Jeff.
home.
There's a lot of money to
Uh,
be made by people renting out your house, man. Come on.
exactly, Adam Lessman. Adam Lessman says, "Get your own show if you don't like it." No, listen, he's making his point. It is a sports show, but we're called on to have a morning show. You know what I'm saying? And we're having fun with the morning show. Donnie, Yanks take another series. I'm not speaking anything gibberish here. We all know that was going to happen. Oakland stinks, and the Yanks take another one. Big win Saturday. The way they were able to win, it was kind of troubling at times, but a big. I know you were doing. We get it. I see that. But it's hard to joke on the internet, Donnie. When you're on a chat, it's hard to joke, isn't it?
Yes,
Um,
correct.
unless you say ha 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 ha. But we don't want to talk much with Yankees. They move on. Cano and the M's go down. Robinson Cano hurt after getting hit. That's a big loss because that top of the lineup's been good. That 1 through 4 ish. Cano's been a big part of that. That's a big loss for the M's and Robbie Cano.
Yes, of course. I was just repeating this. Sean Robinson, how long would you think it would be legal in like other states out there, Jeff? The one thing that we do know about sports gambling and what we know about taxes is if you walk
Yep.
into a politician's office and say, hey, there's a legal way where we can dump another $100 million into the county and you can have all your pet projects that you want, all of a sudden they start moving at a record pace in order to get that done. I assume, Jeff, within the United States, all 50 states within what? 2 years, 2.5 years, will be fully open and operational in everything that New Jersey and Las Vegas will be able to do because you're stupid. If your state's out there saying, like, what about, what, Jeff? What about the state of Utah, right? Mormons out there don't gamble, don't like to drink, they don't like to do any of that. Are you kidding? Let's test their patience right now to see if they're going to be able to withstand that surge of gambling and all the money that comes along with it. Should be fun to watch.
Good point. Also, from Twitter, Donnie, I thought this was a funny comment. Someone tweeted out about Sixers are interested in trading for Kawhi Leonard and signing LeBron James. Reddit College Football, at Reddit College Football. Kansas is interested in hiring Nick Saban and getting Tua Tagovailoa to transfer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it that hard to believe that they could go out and get both? I mean, I don't think it's at that level where it's like comparing it to Kansas and Nick Saban. Big win for the Phillies, Donnie. After a
Mhm.
little rain delay, they get
Yeah.
the job done. Aaron Nola was good again. Bullpen, how about that? They don't blow it. Hector Neris comes in and actually gets the job done. How about that, Donnie?
Yeah, Victor, the big Nick Williams pinch hit 3-run home run changed the tide in that game, which is great. And I believe Jeffrey, I didn't get because again I was out gallivanting around the city yesterday with all of my mothers out there, but I did see. I believe it was Degrom only went 1 inning yesterday for the Mets. Is that correct? And came out of the
Yes,
game.
yes. He came out early. Yes, that's correct. It
Yeah,
gets
no, but
worse for the
Nola's been
Mets by the
great.
end.
Big win for the Phillies. You got to win those games in the NL East when it matters there, and that was certainly big for them, Jeff. And I know the Twins. Here's this again out gallivanting, Jeff. I didn't see much Major League Baseball yesterday. The Twins'
Oh wow.
third base coach. Can you please update us?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. By the way, quickly, Sir Anthony Dominguez got into the game yesterday for the Phillies as well. A young prospect,
Yeah.
perfect frame for him. So that's got to be good for the Phillies fans. Yes, listen, and I got to look it up because I don't know who this idiot is. But so Donnie, yesterday it's a tie game, Twins and the Angels. It's 1-1, or whatever the score was. I forget what the score was. Um, they have a runner on first, Adrianza. Now, keep in mind, Donnie, he steals. Dozier hits the ball. It goes deep into the outfield, goes off the wall. So he had a start. Obviously, he got going. Keep in mind, coming around second, he stopped to see if the ball was going to be caught or not. It wasn't. He clearly couldn't get home. This fucking guy with one out sends the runner. I mean, what the hell are you doing? It could have been second and third, one out to win the game. This dumbass sends him, and he gets thrown out at the plate by a mile. I mean, it's just shit coaching. Why are you there? You're there to make decisions on the fly to help your team score runs late in games. Could have been second and third, one out. Instead, it was second base with two outs on a team that couldn't get a hit. They couldn't score runs. Um, this pisses me off because this is why you're there. You're there to be a third base coach. What's your name? Gene Glynn. 1956. I mean, he's old as hell. No surprise. Gene Glynn, get some new fucking eyes because obviously you can't see anymore to make a right decision. A shit move, and of course they lose in the next inning, and Ian Cameron and I don't cash our ticket. And it sucked because Donnie, I took the Reds yesterday. And it could have been a nice 2-0 big money
Mhm.
dog day.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
Nothing. That's not what we're gonna. We'll slide it down. We'll keep it going here. A lot of just good feelings all over the show, Jeff. Good vibes. Gambling is here. The gods are shining. If I didn't have like players that depended on me, Jeff, you could say they'll like. I don't even care if I win another game this week, but the good vibes go out the window when you stop winning in our
Oh
position.
no!
So.
Don't say that, Donnie. Don't say that. One time I did that, and it was all immediately every troll in the book. Oh look, we knew it. Big man doesn't give a fuck about
He
anybody.
doesn't even care about
Uh,
us out
now,
there.
now
Yeah.
keep in mind, they're my plays, and I was sharing them, and I said I didn't really give a shit if they won today because my boy Meek Mill was out and the Sixers were playing. So forgive me for being so happy. But yeah, don't say that, Donnie. That's not good. That will come back to hurt
No.
you. So if Donnie
We'll keep it
loses
moving
tonight,
here. Yeah.
he doesn't give a shit about his players. He
Yeah.
doesn't
I
care
don't
about
care
his
about any.
clients.
Yeah.
You should ask for your
Here,
money back.
here's how you know it would be a crazy night, Jeff. Like, what's the short card tonight? What do we have? Like 7, 8 games, whatever it is.
Yeah,
If I put out a 5 play card tonight, you know what I mean? That's when you know like something's up. You got to check on me. I should get checked and get some help.
correct. Yes, make sure you. Yes, you're totally right. Chelsea Blues. Jeff says, or he says, rent that house out. No, my mother would never allow that. No way.
Airbnb. Jeff's gonna Airbnb that bad boy.
That will never happen. The only way you'd rent it out is if you went in there yourself and decided you were just going to live there. That would be the only way you'd rent it out. Let's move on down to MLB tonight. What do we got in the card?
Yeah, we got late night action in the Bay Area, Jeff. 9:05, 9:06, 10:15 Eastern time start. It's going to be Cincinnati, San Francisco. Sal Romano versus Chris Stratton out there, Jeff. 56% of the tickets currently coming in on the hometown team, the San Francisco Giants, flying back across country to go get a home game in. Line opened up at 140. It looks like Intertop showing a -136 right now. Over under is 8 across the board, Jeff. Just did a little bit of information tonight or today, going over some of the pitching matchups. Didn't look at any how they would, pertain to the hitters or what the projected lineups would be, but just pitching wise, Jeff. Some interesting splits there. Romano on the road, if you can line up some lefties versus him, his weighted on base average is a 382. And the key here, Jeff, between left and right side of the plate for Romano on the road, striking out under 10% of the guys that come up to bat. So if you're looking from a gambling perspective in that means productive outs are back in play. If a guy's striking somebody out 35, 40%, you can't even get the productive out, which means if there's one out and the guy on third, in layman's terms, he's not coming home because you can strike him out. Chris Stratton also from the other side, Jeff, 439 weighted on base average from the left-hand side. Both guys decent against righties in their home away splits here, but lefties are going to rule the roost here in San Francisco. So I'm trying to dig into this game, see if it's a viable play to look at something over 8. But we know, Jeff, in San Francisco, it's a pretty big damn ballpark.
Yeah, and this Reds team's on fire. Line
It
moving
is.
back a little bit. Giants coming home off a road trip where they were not very good, frankly. I mean, can anyone really feel good about losing 6 of 7? Back at home now, you got Stratton on the mound, who's been an absolute mess against a Red team that has really picked it up. I mean, they have played good baseball lately. Their pitching's gotten a lot better. You look at the last 7 games, opponents only hitting 209 against the Reds. Bullpen numbers are going down. Runs are going up as far as scoring runs. They're starting to look like a decent baseball team all of a sudden. And Romano's been pretty good. Last 3 starts, he's been good. Last 2 starts, 11 and a third. He's only given up 2 earned runs, just 1 home run. I'm going to go back to the well and take this Reds team again. I like the way this is all going for this group. This San Francisco pitching staff right now is having major issues, Donnie. It doesn't seem like anyone can get anyone out. And I don't think it's going to start tonight. I'll keep this Reds team on my card just because they're hot, they're playing good, and this is a pretty good situation for them. Coming off a win yesterday, just going up, whatever interstate that is. I don't know what it is. You go up to San Francisco and you play a game against a bad pitcher. I'll take a shot here with the Reds. Quickly, Donnie, a comment or two. It looks like Mark Lewis has buried the hatchet, messing with you. Keep up the great work.
See?
But me and
Look at that.
DS DS from the NBA still getting high, homies. Uh, cool. Good luck. Don't get in too much trouble. Big man, what do you feel about Barcelona blowing it yesterday? They didn't really blow it. I mean, they had nothing to play for. They've already won the league. Messi didn't even play. They've been done. Juve could have scored a goal. They've wrapped it up as well. That's what makes it difficult about betting football late. Farouk Islam, salam alaikum. Texas as a football state should be legalized gambling this year. Hell, today let it be legal. Settle down, Farouk. I don't think we're going to be betting on any high school football.
Mm.
um,
Yep.
again, I Texas is more of a football state from that standpoint, right, Donnie? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know that
Texas
it.
big time. Yeah.
I guess a good, but that suck. That would suck to be in Texas though, or a state that has a lot of good college football. I mean, you're not going to be able to bet on anything. Baylor,
No,
Texas.
but I'm telling
Uh,
you, Jeff, they're gonna
that sucks.
but look, when the almighty dollar comes down, like, integrity goes out the window. Not to say that if you're just betting on if you're in the state of Texas, you can't bet the Longhorns. Watch what happens. The Longhorns like the Longhorns network because they get money, right? If you tell the state of Texas and the University of Texas, hey, UT, you're profitable 80 million a year. If you allow people to gamble in your sports, we'll cut you in for like a tenth of a percent of the profit there, and we'll throw another 50 million your way. Watch how fast they cowtail and say, no problem at all. Bet on the Longhorns.
Correct. Somebody's talking about you rent the Strauss out for 200 grand a month. Yeah, Mikey D, I get you what you're saying about Jersey Shore, but keep in mind, this is something my father built. It's a very nice home. I don't think he's just willing to scrap it. Say, well, Jersey Shore made a lot of money. Why can't we? Donnie, quickly. Red Sox A's. Keep in mind, Red Sox were no hit by Sean Manaea in the last outing. We know very good offense, very good at home. I think they get a little revenge on Sean Manaea here on the road for Manaea. This shouldn't be. It isn't going to be the same as last time. A's are struggling, lose 2 out of 3 to the Yanks. Got to go up to Boston and play another really good team. I think they struggle there. Warriors, Rockets. I think as I continue to look at this line, I think Vegas is baiting you to take the Warriors. Very low number, Donnie. Sixers were 440 to win the East, win the series against
They're
the
baiting you to
Celtics.
take the Warriors. You're right. You said the Warriors,
Yes,
right? Yeah,
yes, I
damn
think
right.
they are at 1 to 2. I think they are. I mean, why is this number not higher?
I don't know. And why?
Again,
Yeah, it
I mean,
doesn't. We talked about it on the Saturday show, Jeff. It makes zero sense where one team
yeah.
is almost a 2-1 favorite to win the actual, game seven series, but then they're going to lose game one. Doesn't that like throw everything off? It's weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's very odd. But listen, guys, we had a lot of great stuff today on the show. It was fun. I'm glad we could do it. Great news. I love the start of the show. I thought this was a good show. One of the best we've done in a while. Really enjoyed it. We'll talk more tomorrow about legalized gambling in New Jersey. We'll talk more about the Western Conference Finals. For the record tonight, though, I'm going Warriors. I think they get the job done in Game 1. Anytime I can get the Warriors in a pick'em type of situation, I'm interested. Everyone have a great night. Thanks to all you guys for chatting with us today and participating. We'll see you here tomorrow, Tuesday, on the right side of campus. Bye bye.